program that's ready to turn the page in 2026?
Well, the University of Central Arkansas has always ran. I mean, at the end of the day, it was really good before I got there. It's going to be really good after I leave. There's a lot of culture built within this program, but retaining some of these talented guys gets me excited. And then, turning the roster over and bringing in talented guys to go with them. And again, you mentioned the 5-game skid, and that stings. I mean, we're ready to play, and that's what we're excited about. But if you look at our schedule last year, I mean, we had 4 games of losses that were 1-possession games, and that's gives you encouragement, it gives you motivation. Hopefully, it gets these guys eager to get the 2026 season going.
Coach, on the Coaches Pod earlier in the summer, you talked about bringing in on signing day 42 players and how different that was from what you originally planned. Going to this NIL and transfer portal time, what you originally had envisioned. Can you talk about how that's different and then how your team will look different this year?
Well, I would have said you were crazy 4 or 5 years ago that at the University of Central Arkansas you would bring in 42 new players on signing day. That just wasn't normal. We spent a lot of time on the high school ranks, obviously junior college ranks, and we may trickle in a FBS transfer here and there, but just like you've heard other coaches mention, I mean, rosters turn over every year. It's the world we're in. You're going to hear that probably from a slew of coaches as y'all continue through this program. So you just embrace it. You embrace it. You try to bring in the best talent you can to go along with guys that you were able to retain, like these 2 gentlemen next to me. And you try to make the most of it. Again, come together fast, gel quick, take advantage of your spring practices and your summertime with them, and put the best product you can going into the 2026 season.
Coach, you mentioned that June or July can really make or break a football team in terms of what you're trying to build and solidifying that identity. What have you learned about this program's personality and mindset through June and as we're towards the end of July?
Well, I'll tell you this. This is a group of guys that you don't have to ask to work. When you're having to drag student athletes, football players, to do the extra, we talk about the minimum is the hard work. Like everybody here, every program we face and on our schedule, hard work's the minimum. These guys are out there doing extra. We're almost having to hold them back. This is a hungry group of players, and that's exciting as a coach and for a coaching staff that you don't have to motivate them. And I think that's going to we're gonna reap the reward for that. Hopefully, the fruits of our labors will be rewarded because of that. Because I believe in peer-led teams are usually the most successful teams.
Terrell, you played 12 games last season. Came in from the junior college ranks. What are you excited about for your second year at Central Arkansas?
I'm just excited to play with my boys. Get ready. We talk about a lot how we went 3-9 last season, so we just want to come back this season and make up for that and put on a great show.
Your big play ability was something that really stood out. I think you had 5 plays that ended in a touchdown, over 28 yards on the season, a 76-yarder that was the longest on your team. What makes you have that ability to make that long touchdown? Because coaches love big plays, but they love big plays that finish drives with touchdowns more. That's something we saw you could do last year.
Yeah, I harp on being an explosive player, explosive receiver. So that's just something I've always been big on. Taking the defense length of the field, in 1 play, 2 plays, however it may be. But that just, as my receiver coach said all the time, go up and high point the football. Go up and get it. It's not 50-50. It's 100-0 in our room.
Keep it simple.
Trevion, you heard Coach talk about how this is a group that he doesn't have to drag it to practice or drag into the weight room. You are a guy that gets after it in the weight room. Last year you posted you had a 905-pound squat. You told me yesterday you do 2 workouts and you eat incredibly healthy, the 90-10. I mean, your diet, your discipline is so insane. How have you noticed that through that you've been able to reap the rewards on the field?
I mean, obviously everybody likes getting stats, but you can't have stats if you're not available. And I personally believe the best ability is availability. I mean, I'm a little selfish, like staying in there, but to do that you got to be healthy. So that means you got to lock in on your body a lot. And so I pride myself on that, to be able to go out there and make plays and to keep doing it over and over and over. I mean, a lot of people, you see them, they wear out about like week 6 or 7, and they're just, bodies are torn. But diet goes a long way, and take care of yourself so you can keep going to that 12-game season, hopefully further than that this year.
With a 905-pound squat, when you buy a car, do you say, don't include the jack, I can take care of that myself?
I mean, I do walk around some cars and think I can get them up a little bit. I mean, obviously.
I bet, Coach. Last year you took back play calling. That was one of the storylines going into the season. That's something tough to do. You know, a lot of coaches say, "Hey, I just want to kind of be over everything," but you took that back. How do you feel that went? Will that continue into next season?
Yeah, we had some transition this offseason as well. I was fortunate enough to hire Jake Walker, who was on my staff as our offensive coordinator. He's done a great job, not only implementing some of his ideas, but marrying with the ideas that I have within my offense. It reinvigorated my career, to be honest with you. And that's crazy to say as a 39-year-old coach that you need that. But when you've been a head coach as long as I have, and you kind of stood back and let what you feel like is your expertise kind of hand it over to someone else, it was fun. It was enjoyable. This is an offense I love. This is an offense that I've been a part of for a long time. And look, our players are executing. They're getting better every day. We're bringing in the type of talent that we need to run the offense that we're trying to run. So, again, I'm excited about moving forward and what we have in place with our coaching staff as well.
How much does it help to have a guy like Terrell here?
Well, he's special. I mean, look, I've been around a lot of great receivers. Matter of fact, I was looking at Choctaw Stadium over there. We've got 2 active receivers in the UFL that I coached at UCA. I've seen NFL guys. Tyrell's got that ability. I think a year from now, he's going to be a guy that is going to look back and look at the season that he had, the 2 years that he was fortunate enough to have at UCA and have a chance to play on Sundays. He's got that kind of ability because he is a big play type receiver, but also has really done a good job this offseason of honing in his skills, top of his routes, a lot of things, getting in and out of his breaks. The big play stuff he can do. It's doing the little things that create big things that's going to make him special.
And Tyrell, you saw just a minute ago on the screen 5 things to know about Central Arkansas. No quarterback threw a pass that's on the roster this year. So it's a brand new battle. You got to have new continuity with new guys. How have you worked to establish that when you don't know who QB1 is just yet?
Obviously, we don't know right now, but that's why you build chemistry with all of them. You know, we've been building chemistry since we got back in January. 2, 3, 4, multiple times a week, we're going out there to throw to build that chemistry and to prepare for the season.
How have you grown as a leader in that wide receiver locker room, really on the whole offensive side, knowing that, you know, that QB1 that's coming in is new to the program, you're now that vet?
It's been kind of hard because I'm not a vocal leader, but I challenge myself a little bit, you know, to step out my comfort zone and express the way I feel. You know, I don't want to lead only by being vocal, but I want to also lead by being an example and showing them how to do it and doing the right thing.
Coach, I'll ask you the same question I asked a couple of teams ago about playing Florida State this year. You guys will do that, and what it means to your program. A lot of FCS teams are going away from that. Why is that still right for Central Arkansas?
Well, I think it's an opportunity to play the best. I mean, as long as the Power Fours are going to play FCS schools, I think we should take full advantage of it. Again, it's a challenge. A lot of things got to go your way to win those games. I've been a part of a lot of them over the years. I've been very close to winning those Power Four games. I've never broke through, but we've been in those games and played tight games with those guys. This one means a little more. Mike Norvell, head coach of Florida State, was my college teammate. We were roommates for a summer. One of my good best friends in this coaching profession. So to get the opportunity to coach across the way from Mike is a big deal. And somebody, and Coach Norvell gives back to our program. That does a significant role in that as far as giving back to our nutrition program and a lot of things that we have for our players. So what an honor it is to get to go to Tallahassee, play a former alum, a good friend of mine, and compete against him.
Hey, his hair looks a little bit different than when he played.
Well, I'll tell you, he rocked a good set of cornrows. I don't know if they were as good as TP's right here, but I'll tell you, everybody's got a pass. Let's just say that.
I've been to Central Arkansas. I saw the nutrition center and everything, and we're looking at the schedule ahead for 2026. And Travion, I'll ask you this because you do have some heavy hitters on the schedule. We talked about Florida State, but you have SEMO. You're starting at UC Martin. What stands out is you're trying to build something early on.
I'll say just take it one week at a time. I mean, I can't look too far into the future. Obviously, we want certain goals, but we got to get ready for UT Martin right now. That starts in January, really. Like, that's first game. I just gotta make sure I'm taken care of, people in my room are taken care of, side of the ball, like we're all locked in, and TP will take care of the offense. We just gotta make sure we bond together and get ready for that upcoming first game.
Coach, starting on a Thursday, a little bit different, August 27th. Can you talk about, basically 2 days early than you normally would, and starting on a Thursday and playing a good team like UT Martin?
Yeah, excited about it. I mean, this game was scheduled as a week 0 game on a Saturday. A few months back, it was posed to play on a Thursday night. I was all for it. I think a lot of that has to do with trying to get this bad taste out of our mouth from last year. I want to play. I want to get going. Obviously, UT Martin and Coach Simpson, what they're doing over there in the OVC has been impressive. I think they're preseason ranked number 1 in their conference polls, so we know that's going to be a challenge. And then you turn the page to September 5th, our home opener. I mean, you're talking about a conference game in West Florida and bringing them into the conference and the success that they've had in recent history at the Division II level. Man, what a challenging game that's going to be on the Stripes. But we're looking forward to it. We'll have a great home crowd. Should be a great opportunity to see the 2026 version of the Bears. But Travion's right. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got one mind and focus. We'll worry about the conference season when it gets here. But we're worried about UT Martin and hopefully represent the UAC at a high caliber level in that game against a non-conference opponent in the FCS level.
Coach, Travion, Tyrell, thank you so much for previewing Central Arkansas as well for the season at UT Martin. And the following